like I said, we're going to be making we're going to be working on authentication using Firebase database. I mean Firebase auth features. Then so first of all, we're going to create a new project. We're not going to be making use of this project. So now how authentication works is that whenever you download a new app on your phone, on your mobile device, then when you open the app, then you will see they are going to take you to something like this, or you first of all you might land on a an onboarding screen, so whereby they will tell you what the app is all about. After then you are going to meet something like this. You're going to be taken to something like this, which is this hot screen here. So which will require you to sign up with email and password. So in this case, here we have an home page. This is when you are authenticated, you are going to see this screen. But if you are not authenticated, you'll be asked to log in. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, for us to do this, we are going to start with a new project now. Now I'm going to create a new app, and I'm going to call this app my to-do app. So it's going to be a blank app. Now you'll be faced with a question like this whenever you create a new project. Now it's saying the project name, which is my to-do app, then also the package name is going to be this. So and then the setup, it's requesting for us to set up a Firebase account. Now we are going to now for us to do this now, we need to okay, because we are going to be making in this app. I mean, this is a new app that we're going to be building. We are going to be creating a to-do app, so which means you can store your notes and then also to-dos inside of the application. So now we'll need a Firebase setup, which means Firebase is when you have Firebase in your account, if you log into firebase.google.com. So if I should go to my console, so this is Firebase. So I think I've explained what Firebase is all about in the first tutorial. So now whenever we want to set up, you can decide to skip this, or we can decide to set up. If I click next now on this, if I click this, now it's going to ask me to create add Firebase to your project, which is an optional here. So now you can add now for us to add Firebase, you can go through video tutorial here, or you can go through documentation. Actually, I like going through documentation, which I mean, like I said in one of the classes, I said if you are going to know something, you need to read about the documentation. That way, you'll be able to understand what's the features is all about, or what's the I mean, the stuff that you're reading about is all about. So if I click on this documentation, it's going to take me to the next screen here, and then I'll be able to see the documentation of how I can connect Firebase to flutterflow. So now this is the setup of Firebase. Now to create a new project, you create a flutterflow project. We've done this. Create and configure Firebase projects. Now, so what we need to do now is that we are going to go to our Firebase, like they said. So if you go to the option 2 here, which is create, if you come here, so we have to create and configure Firebase. So to do that, we are going to go to Firebase, which I'm already on. Now, in your own case, you are not going to have any projects if you are just registering. If you just register a Firebase account. So these are some apps that I've worked on my Firebase account now. So if I click to add a new project, now it's going to bring me to this place. Now I I've had a lot of projects, so you are one project away. So I only have this is my last project I've operated on this account. So to create a new project now, the name of the project of the I can name it. You can name it. I mean, you can name it according to the app name that you want to build. So, but in this case, I think I've had to do the app already, the project. So, what I need to do is I can name it Habits and to do app. Habits to do app. Habits of rather. Habits of to do app. So now this is the project name. Then I can continue. Now, to ask you to set up Firebase, Google Analytics. We don't need Google Analytics because this is a test project. I mean, if you can still enable this later in the future. That's when you want to launch the app to file to Play Store or App Store. So now we are going to create a project. Now this is going to create our project in Firebase. So all you need to do, like I said, is go through the documentation, and also you can follow the videos. But documentation is always very good to read. So I mean, even if you need to get familiar with reading documentation, because whenever you are doing anything, like if you are communicating with an external API, then you need to go through a lot of documentation to read about how it works. So now I think it's done. Now I'm going to hit on continue. So I'll see my app here. Now this is the dashboard for the new app that I just created. So now what I need to do now, what they said we should do is after we've created this, go to Firebase console, click add project, and then the project name, which we've done that. Then on the option now, enable analytics, like I told you. So then also now click on projects, create projects. Once you create projects, click on continue, and your Firebase project is successfully created. Now enable access to the project. Now this is where we need to configure our flutter. I mean, this is where we need to connect Firebase with flutterflow. Now it's saying in the Firebase dashboard of your project, navigate to the far left menu, select project settings. So now what we need to do is we'll come to this place, which is the project settings here. You go to project settings. Now this is the project ID that we need to copy. So you can copy this here. So now you'll see it tell you to of course. Now what we need to do first is we need to add member. So we need to add flutterflow as we need to add flutterflow to the project. So this is what we're going to add: Firebase at flutterflow.io. So we'll go to settings, users and permissions is what we'll actually do. So come here, users and permissions. Now we're going to add member. So and then we'll paste what I copied, and then the role is going to be editor. So if you come I'm going to it back. So if you look at what it's saying here, okay, so now add Firebase at flutterflow as an editor for your project. So now I'm going to do that again, this, and then as an editor, then click on done. So then add member. So then we are still going to do some permissions. So if you read through this place also, now then press add member, then on the left page, user and permissions, select advanced settings, and this will open Google Cloud Console, new browsers. I mean, so if you users and permission, so this is what it said, we should click advanced permission settings. So this will go to another tab. So now what they said we are going to do is find the row containing Firebase flutterflow, and then select edit principal, and then we are going to add then they said we should add another role, so which is going to be this cloud function admin and also service account user. So now the role, the one we want to add permission to is this. Now this is the owner, of course. This is the owner permission, which is my account here. Now this is flutterflow that we're adding as a use as an editor here. So for us to so now for us to add more rows to these accounts, to this flutterflow. Now we'll add another row. So what we need to add is cloud function admin. So you can search for that. So which is going to be role, which is going to be cloud function admin. This is it here. So add this cloud function admin. So we'll add another one, which is service account user. Service account user. Service account user. Yeah, this is it here. So once we are done, I mean, those are things we just need to add. This and this is already there. So you can see select a role, cloud and cloud function admin, and then we save. So we're going to save the project here. So now if you check the flutterflow account, the user here, now we have cloud functions admin and then service account user, which is exactly the same thing that we have here. So once we are done, now we'll go to configure. So then this is already saved. Then we'll go back to Firebase and then come back to, we'll go to project settings. So now configure Firebase database. We are going to do this. So before we copy the project settings, project ID, we'll come to Firebase. We'll enable authentication. So it's authentication we want to deal with today. So we get started. So now this is done. So the authentication we want to deal with today is the provider is called email password provider. So if you click on this and then you enable this, and then we don't need password link, we'll save this. Now we can be able to take email and password to authenticate user. Another thing we need to do now is, because now we are going to be building To-Do app, so we need to also enable create a database. This is where we are going to be storing our data. So now this is Cloud Firestore. We create database, then it's going to be on test mode. Now we're going to put this on test. No, it's going to be on test mode. This is test mode, and then we're going to click next. Now, cloud functions location. This your location settings is where your Cloud Firestore will be stored. So this is the location where the database is going to be stored. So you don't need to worry more about this now. Now we are going to select one here, which is going to be, I think the one that is closer to us is, I'll leave it at this name 5 US United States, and we enable. I know there are so many things that is going on right now, but I'm sure, I mean, whenever you sit down and go through the video, then you'll be able to understand. So now we have our database. Now it's currently is empty. So now what we need to do next is to copy the project's project ID, because it's what exactly we need to connect to our flutterflow. So we've done this, like I said, we've done this enable billing. This is not important for now. So then we copy the project ID. You can see this is it here. This is documentation. Copy the project ID and then we'll use it in our flutterflow. Now you can see the Firebase project ID. Then we'll paste it here and then we'll connect. Now, so this is this is successful, and that's why we have this generates config. So we can generate this, we auto generate this. which is this. Okay. Now done. So now what we need to do now is we want to start with authentication. We need to enable authentication. This allow user to log into your app via Firebase. So we enable this. Now we can also create a user collection. This collection, we use it to collect user data. For example, their display name, their email address, and so on. So we can create the collection right from here. So we can enable this. So this is great too. Now it's telling us to select the initial page. So the entry page is, like I told you before, whenever you download a new app and you are not logged in, you are going to be asked to log in. You'll be taken to a login screen. So but if you are already logged in, see, this is it here. If you are logged in, then to take you to another page. Currently now we don't have any page, so we can, if you click here, so we can create a new page. So if you click on create blank and then say let's sign in page. Sign in page create. Now it's going to be now the logged in page, which is going to be the home page that you're going to be taken to whatever you are logged in already. So I'm going to call it home page. Now we create the page. So now we are done. So now we click on start building. Now we've set up Firebase in our project. So this is how you connect Firebase to your project. So now if we go to the settings and we come to authentication, you will see that everything is set already here. And now the database that we created when we were setting up, this is it here. So this is a user data. So this is where this is what you are going to use to store your, the data that you are getting from the user. For example, email, display name, photo URL, the UID, the created time, and also the phone number. So now what we need to do now, we are currently on our sign in page. So now if I need to, I can remove this. Then also now I need to come to a project which I've done before. So so that I can just copy what I've done. Then I don't want this to take long. So now this is the home page that we have here. So I can easily just copy this here if I click on this, because this if I go to the widget tree and then this is the column here, so I can copy it and I can come to the project right here, come to the let me remove this and then paste this inside. Can you see? So it's going to paste everything that you have on the other screen now, and it's going to put it here. So now for the login page also, sorry, I copied in the wrong place, so I need to come to this place, delete this, and also then paste this back. So now we have it here. So here I need to delete what I have here before, and then come to this place also, then go back to the login screen, copy what's there, and then I'll paste it right here. Now we have our login page. Now there's an issue here, which is navigate to. Of course, we need to remove this because we don't have the page here. So now we have sign in page. Now to log in to authenticate user in our app. So first of all, we can have another sign up page. So I'm going to create another page for sign up. So sign up. Sign up page, and then I'm going to create the page. This is going to, I'm also going to copy what I have in sign in page and put it in sign up page. Just do a little modification there. So for sign up page, now this is the sign up page that we have. So for sign up page, we are going to be collecting the email address. Of course, we are not going to be collecting password. So Firebase is going to be handling the password field. So we are going to be collecting email. I'm going to duplicate this. Now I'm going to be collecting email and their names. So here is what I'm going to. So I'm going to come here, and then the int what I have here. So the int should be full name. So and then I'm going to, because if you go back to the design, the video that I made this design, so you still know about how I did this. And then this test field, I'm not going to make it an email field, but a normal test field placeholder. So this is the keyboard type, which is going to be just test. And then so here the icons, so which is the I think this is surface icon. I need to change the icon. So yeah, so this is going to be a type person. So now we have full name, we have email address, then we have password field. So this is going to be, of course, sign up. I can change this to sign up. So now I'll give space to this. So now this doesn't need to be here, and then okay, so this is going to be our sign up page. This is where we're going to take the email, and then this is where the password is going to be. Now to create to authenticate user from here. Now of course, if you go to the sign in page, if the user doesn't have an account, now we are going to link this page to, we are going to navigate to, if you search here, you can you see on top is what we want to do. So navigate to, this is navigate to, so where we want to navigate to is this is a sign up page. So this is it here. So now if you are on sign up page, now this is the sign up page. Now all we need to do is to create, to sign up a user. We'll come to this action here. We can open the action so that we can see the whole thing here. Now you tap on this icon here. So first of all, before that, now we need to make sure that our field, the name of the field, we can rename this field, this text field that we have here, to be, we can rename it what we want to take, which is the full name. We want to take full name here, and then on this email, this is, we are going to rename this to be email, and then this is going to be a password, which is password, and then so now we rename the type, which the test field, so that we can be able to reuse it in our action. So now on this action, we already define an action. This is the action here. So now there are so many things that you can do, that you can see here. So these are function, different things that you can do. These are, so what we want to do now is we want to authenticate user. So Now we can see, we can type authentication here. So if you type auth, then you see firebase authentication. All we want to do is to create an account. So which is, it's not login, this is create an account. Phone authentication, we can log out, reset password, send verify SMS, send email link. So what we want to do is to create an account. Now the provider, which is going to be an email provider, because we are signing in user, I mean we want to create user based on their email. So not Google, we are not authenticated through Google, Apple, Facebook and all. Yeah, we want to, I mean we want to authenticate them through email. Now the email field, so this is the reason why we rename our test field the other time. So we select the email field. Now the email field, now this is showing both full name and email. That's because okay, of course. So the reason why this is showing on the full name, so why we don't want to although it doesn't mean anything for now, but okay, it's actually right anyway. So if we go back to the actions that we have, so let me open it so that we can see it fully. So the email, what we want to set email, the reason, like I said also, the reason why we rename it so that we can know the field that we want to set. So now it's bringing out full name and also email. So it's email that we want to use here, and then the password field is what we have, which is the password. So now we don't need confirm password right now. So we don't need confirm password. So although, which is still going to be the same thing. So I mean, okay, let me create a confirm password so that you guys can, I mean, at least know how it is, how it works. So we can have password. This is going to be password 2. This is going to be password 2. So we'll save this. Then we'll go back to the action again. We open it, and then the password, confirm password, is going to be password 2, which is it here. Now then we create a user. So this is going to, we can decide to not create any user, but we are going to be creating user whenever we authenticate, we create a new account. So now to create this document, so which is going to be user, which is a collection that we created immediately, I mean when we connect firebase to our, with flutterflow. So now to add the field, so we are going to add field, which is the email field that was created. So now where we want to get this email field is going to be, it's not a specific value, but we are going to be getting it from variable. Now the difference between specific value and variable is that from variable is this: if you are using a specific value, meaning that you will be the one as a developer passing the value directly from here, but we don't want to pass the value by ourselves. What we need to do is, we want to get the value from the user, from their inputs, which is going to be from the test field. Now we are going to say it's going to be from variable. Now the variable is going to be on widget states. Now widget states is the this, I mean, like we have all of those test field, they have their states, and this is where we can locate them, is on widget states. Now where we want to get the phone email from is going to be from the email, which is the reason why we labeled the other we labeled our test field the other time, which is email. Can you see here? So we click here, we get the email address. Now we are going to add another field, which is the display name, which is going to be from variable also, and then we click on widget states, which is going to be from the full name. And also another field we need to add here, we don't have, we are not taking photo URL in this tutorial today. So what we need to do is create, now created time is the next one that we want to set. So the created time is going to be from variable. So and then we can use global properties, which is going to be the current time, and then we save this. So now this is how we authenticate. We create an account, and then we create an account with the user. So now this is done. So once the user is authenticated, now this of course is going to navigate to the home screen. Now let's go to sign in page to create sign in also. So this is this is going to happen whenever the user already has an account and then they want to log into their application. I mean, they want to log into their account. So this is that's where we are going to have a sign in page. So now on this button, now we are going to, first of all, we are going to rename this text field. Also, this is going to be email field, and then this is also going to be password field. So we don't need to use confirm password here because this is just a sign in. So now we're going to click on this action on the button, and then we set an action. So the action tool is also going to be, we can search type authentication, which is going to be login. So now what login is, email, of course, is email we want to do. Now the email field is going to be the email field that we set, and also the password is going to be password field, as simple as that. And then we click outside. Then so now this is set. We've done authentication, believe it or not, we've done authentication. Because if you are going to do this using code, man, trust me, you are going to there are a lot of things that you are going to do. So now using flutterflow, this is all that you need to do to authenticate user. So now to confirm what we've done, I need to go to this project settings. Also, we are going to go to sign in page immediately if we don't have an account, and then on login page if we have an account already, if we are authenticated. So now I'm going to run this project. Now running this project will take a little while, so if I should click on run, so this is going to take a little while. Okay, so now this should show something now. Exactly. So this is what I'm expecting now. Now, so you can see that this it takes us to this login page. So now, first of all, I'm going to show database. Now this is the database here. Currently, we don't have anything. You can see we don't have anything here. So now I'm going to be authenticating myself. For instance, before that, I'm going to first test this. Now, if I enter my mail, I can say daniel@gmail.com. Now, then I can enter password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can review the password by clicking here. So now let me try and authenticate myself. Now you can see it's saying there is no user record corresponding to this. That's because I don't have an account right now. So let me click on it again so that will say, you can see the user may have been deleted. So that's because I don't have an account. Now for me to create an account, what I need to do is I can just click here, sign up. Now I'm on this page. So if I now okay, so now this is going to take my full name. So the full name is going to be Olariwaju Daniel. Then the email is going to be daniel@gmail.com. Now the password, I'm going to set it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now if I sign up now can you see now I'm on this page. So if I refresh this app, of course, if I reload this app now, this is going to automatically take me to this home page. That's because I'm authenticated. Now, if I go to my database now and I refresh this database, now you are going to see the data that I sent to it. Now, can you see? So now we have a user collection. So this is collection, and then this is the ID of the user created right now, and then this is it. So you can see this is the time that we created the account, and then this is the name, display name, the email address, and then the UID. So this UID is what signifies this user. In every, I mean, in a database, anybody can have the same people. Two people might have, more than two people can have the same name, surname, and then surname, last name. They might have the same. It might be the same thing. So, to make them unique, we always have this ID. So this is unique ID. So now this is the database now. So, and then if we go to authentication, so we're going to have this auth user. So this is the user that is authenticated right now. So lastly, because I know my time for this call is almost ending. So now, lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload this app. I'm going to close this and then load the app again so that you see what I'm saying. So I'm going to run the app now. So now can you see? So I'm not taking to sign in page that I need to sign in now. I'm taking to the home page. That's because I'm already a user. And I'm active, so meaning I'm authenticated. So, and that's why we are on this page. So that's that for today's tutorial. So all right, so I'm going to be taking questions. Let me stop the video.